The aroma of a freshly baked apple pie, golden-crusted and steaming, filled the otherwise quiet kitchen. Tom, a sleek blue-gray sentinel with an overinflated sense of self-importance, sat guard beside it, one eye cracked open, a smug smirk twitching on his whiskers. No pesky mouse was going to get a crumb of this masterpiece. From a tiny whiskered nose, twitching behind a potted plant, Jerry, the pint-sized architect of chaos, eyed the pie with a hunger that bordered on obsession. His tiny brain hummed with 1,000 schemes. In a blur, Jerry darted from his hiding spot, a brown streak aiming directly for the pie. Tom, roused from his doze, let out a furious yowl, lunging with all the grace of a bowling ball. Jerry, however, was already under the kitchen table, leaving Tom to skid across the polished floor, crashing into a stack of pots that erupted in a cacophony of clangs. The chase was on. Jerry skittered across the checkered linoleum, Tom hot on his heels, paws slapping like drum beats. Through the living room they went, Jerry a tiny brown missile weaving between chair legs, Tom a blue-gray blur, sending cushions flying and lamps wobbling. Jerry, with a mischievous flick of his tail, scaled a grandfather clock, ringing the chimes with an impish tap. Tom, attempting to follow, slid comically down the pendulum, landing with a disgruntled thud in a laundry basket. Back in the kitchen, Jerry paused on the countertop, eyeing his prize. Tom, shaking off a dizzy spell, saw his opportunity. He crept forward, a predatory glint in his eyes, ready to pounce. But Jerry had anticipated this. With a swift tug on a strategically placed string, a precarious stack of tin cans tumbled down, creating a metal avalanche directly in Tom's path. Clang, bang, whoosh. Tom emerged from the tin can storm, disoriented and covered in flour from a bag that had burst. Jerry, seizing the moment, grabbed a tiny sliver of the pie crust and scurried up onto the fridge, a triumphant squeak escaping him. Tom, eyes narrowed into slits, saw his nemesis nibbling on his pie. With a furious hiss, he launched himself onto a wobbly stool, then sprang for the fridge top. He missed. With a spectacular thwack, Tom slammed face first into the refrigerator door, leaving a perfect flowery cat print. He slowly slid down, landing in a heap, his tail twitching in utter defeat. Jerry, from his perch, finished his crust, then, with a satisfied sigh, dropped a tiny, sticky apple chunk directly onto Tom's nose. He let out a contented little whistle, the sound a sweet mocking symphony in the now flour-dusted, disheveled kitchen. Tom merely groaned, too defeated to even wipe the apple from his nose, already contemplating his next inevitably doomed attempt. The pie, thankfully, remained mostly intact. For now.